always interested in finding new games I've never played or even heard of before, which was how I came across the Atelier series. It's a long-running JRPG that revolves around alchemy and features complex item crafting systems. So I thought there was no better entry than the 17th one for a newcomer like myself to jump into. Atelier Sophie, the alchemist of the mysterious book, puts you in the role of a young girl named Sophie, whose dream is to become a great alchemist like her grandmother. Given her young age and lack of experience, she's got quite a ways to go, but it's clear she has a lot of determination. That's when she comes across a talking book named Plakta, who tells her about the Cauldron of Knowledge, which can make anyone a master alchemist. The only problem is, Plakta's lost all of her memories and barely even knows anything about herself, let alone a powerful alchemic tool. I would say this is all pretty weird, but this also isn't the first time I played a game that featured an ancient book of knowledge that helped the protagonist on their journey. So I'd say this is all pretty par for the course, all things considered. In order to restore Plakta's memories, you have to perform a variety of tasks, such as defeating enemies and creating concoctions at your atelier. Which, by the way, no one in the game seems to know how to pronounce.
Here, she runs an atelier.
Excuse me, is this the Alchemist's atelier?
I'll bring them over to the Atelier when I'm done.
Is this a petty thing to complain about? Probably, but that's not going to stop me from continuing to pronounce it my way. In order to perform alchemy, you need to go out into the world to collect ingredients in various gathering fields. As you continue to restore Plakta's memories, you'll unlock more places to gather. You can also discover them by talking to various people in town. Additionally, there are some items that you'll need money in order to obtain. The best way to get that is by completing requests at the cafe. Different ingredients have different qualities and attributes which will affect your alchemic creations. You also have to lay your ingredients in the cauldron like a puzzle, which has different colored squares that you line your ingredients up within. Place your ingredients just right, and you'll get some nice bonuses to your creations. And with how many recipes and ingredients there are, there's almost an unlimited number of synthesis combinations to create. Combat is in the style of many turn-based RPGs, where you order your party members to perform various tasks in battle. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the turn order and how certain actions will affect it. It reminds me of Final Fantasy X's similar mechanic. Unfortunately, you can't swap out party members while in combat, so you'll have to choose wisely. The story is a lot more low-key than I was expecting. For most of the game, there's not much of a goal besides helping Plakta regain her memories. And it's not until near the tail end of the story where there's a real sense of conflict. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. While there's not a whole lot going on, it's still fun to play something a little more relaxed in terms of narrative. It also doesn't stop the gameplay from being challenging and engaging too. The characters are fun to see as well, and there are plenty of cutscenes that involve them one way or another. You can even eventually give them gifts, and they'll drop by to give you something in return. While this probably won't be everyone's cup of tea when it comes to JRPGs, I think it's still something a lot of people will like. And of course, one of the main themes of the story is the most powerful force in the universe, a force that can conquer even the most formidable obstacles. And I think you know where I'm going with this, since there's so much Japanese media that has this mystical power as an important theme, and damn near beats it into your head. What I'm talking about, of course, is alchemy. I mean, it's confirmed that a strong enough alchemist can cause immense devastation to the entire world, as in, one single person who practices alchemy can do this if they're learned enough. That's pretty powerful. Oh, and I guess friendship is pretty important to the story too. There's that as well. Overall, I definitely enjoyed my first experience with the Atelier series. Of course, this being the 17th entry, it's almost inevitable that there's been a lot of changes throughout the years, which I can't really comment on given the fact that I haven't played any of the previous games. So my opinion might change in the future if I get around to playing them. But as for now, I can say with certainty that I like this game a lot and will definitely be open-minded towards others in the series. And remember, it's pronounced Atelier. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click like and subscribe if you want to see more.